Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Whoa. So guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be looking at the Rotten Tomatoes score, the latest Rotten Tomatoes score for Marvel's Eternals. Now, just to prove I have not done any jiggery pokery with the quantum time continuum realm of physics and space and time in the universe, let us go over to this particular website where it is currently 19:14 hours time in the UK right now, okay? So if I go back over to Rotten Tomatoes, you can see the score for Marvel's Eternals, 57%. Okay, now what I'll say about this particular rating, and now people don't really follow Rotten Tomatoes, but of course, Rotten Tomatoes was a cause of debate between Marvel and DC fans, and obviously if a movie was rated badly, people still went to watch it anyway. I mean, Man of Steel is 56% and this is 57%. Man of Steel is the better film and should be at least 68% in my opinion. But what's really funny, and I think it's kind of comic book karma as well, Jack Kirby, the man behind the Eternals in the comic book form, he must be laughing because Kevin Feige has just gone in and just reversed and kind of just disregarded everything about Kirby's work, despite the fact they credit him in the movie. But really, you know, you take a bunch of characters, then you do whatever you want with them on the big screen, it's going to rub some people up the wrong way. And there are die-hard Eternals fans. I have not read the comic books, so I don't know anything about them. But I tell you what, when you get reviews like this particular person here, an ambitious superhero epic that soars as often as it strains. Sounds like a bad case of constipation to me, Feige. Eternals takes the MCU in intriguing and occasionally confounding new directions. To me, that means if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it's really interesting that Kevin Feige now wants to present this film to critics who complain that there's a lack of representation in Marvel films, superhero films in general, and it's these same critics who don't like what they've seen, which just makes me laugh. Now, I tell you who I do feel sorry for more than anybody else. It's not the director, Chloe Zhao, it is the actors. I mean, these poor actors were contacted by their agents, they were sold a pitch, they thought, yeah, we'll be part of this, the MCU is a good thing going forward. I'm betting most of these actors haven't watched the previous MCU movies to know what they're letting themselves in for. But to me, when I saw the initial trailers this year, and I did the odds or one or two reactions, to me, when I think about it now, they're just walking, talking superhero films. People that look pretty, wear great looking costumes, but where is the grandiose, guys? Where is the action? Where is the thing that saves the day? It's nowhere to be found. So when his critic calls it occasionally confounding, and yes, it's intriguing, but it often strains in the narrative, well, I can't say much more than that. Now, what's really interesting about this, I mean, I've been following a playwright online or a screenwriter in LA, and his prediction is that Bob Chapek is eventually going to push Kevin Feige out of the MCU or out of Marvel altogether. And if that happens, I'm not going to be crying over it, because this is Kevin Feige's approach to what he wants to do with the MCU now. Well, I'm sorry to say, Kev, you know, you had your cake and you ate it, and now you're just going to be spitting out the innards afterwards. So according to one of the Russo brothers, Feige initially wanted the original 6 Avengers to die in Endgame until Joe and Anthony Russo, the guys behind that movie, pushed back that decision, which is obviously the right thing to do. And it's just nuts. I mean, to me, when I read this, it feels like Kevin Feige believes he is the Titan Thanos. He cannot differentiate between reality and fantasy. That's what it is to me. I mean, this is the same Kevin Feige who says to us, or tried to convince us, the kid in Iron Man 2 with the Iron Man mask was actually Tom Holland's Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. No, Kevin, I call bullshit on that one, because you're just making up things as you go along, as you often tend to do. So upon reading that news about the Eternals, it's not going to do well, guys. I think it's just going to have a lackluster box office. I reckon it might make about 50 million, in its first weekend, and it might turn people off. Now, I've said it once and I'll say it again, Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think when that film comes out on the 18th of November, that will send a message to Hollywood that people want to see films like that again, not what Marvel is churning out now, which is basically the leftovers. And what will make me laugh even more is if they do this reverse, where they want to bring back people like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans to reprise their roles of Steve Rogers and Tony Stark. Now, I know Tony Stark is dead, but they might want to do it as in a retcon kind of way, where they make it an origin story or a prequel story. But Robert Downey Jr. costs $50 million a movie for Marvel, so do they want to give him that kind of money again? Probably not. And Chris Evans, he's now the voice of Buzz Lightyear, replacing Tim Allen. I wonder what's going on there, but whatever, I'm not interested in that anyway. From what people have told me, the trailer looks very nice, but Chris Evans' voice is kind of displacing the whole thing. So guys, this was just a quick reaction today to this. I wasn't going to do it initially, but curiosity got the better of me, and 57%, it's not good, and it's based on 152 reviews from people who've actually seen the film. So I'll say one more time, if anybody I feel sorry for, it's the cast that assembled for this film. And I do like this guy here actually, Gilgamesh. I think he's meant to be the funniest character in the action movie, but Chloe Zhao for some reason didn't give him enough representative time on the big screen, which kind of makes me laugh because he's Asian, she's Asian. You thought she might have done the honorable thing and given him more coverage, but whatever. So on that one, folks, take it easy. Don't forget to like this video, punch it right in the nuts if you want to share it with anybody else, and I'll see you on my next reaction, rant or review very, very soon.